Next on Worcester News tonight, a winter storm headed our way with snow, high winds, then extreme cold. How central Massachusetts is preparing. Plus, 4 people face a judge after they allegedly kidnapped, tortured, and raped a teenager in Auburn. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Schaefer. It's the calm before the storm here in central Massachusetts. A winter storm warning will go into effect at 1 a.m. ahead of a major snowstorm forecasted for Thursday. The city's winter parking ban is currently in effect as of 10 p.m., meaning there's no parking on either side of main roadways. Tonight, residents were preparing to stay indoors for the next few days. Our Cam Jandro joins us live now with more. Cam?
Yeah, Brittany, this time tomorrow, the city is expected to have nearly a foot of snow on the ground. And knowing what lies ahead, many hit the grocery stores today to prepare for the storm. With the first major snowstorm of 2018 on the horizon, central Massachusetts residents are gearing up for the weather. Grocery stores in Worcester were busy Wednesday, just hours before the first flakes are expected.
Quite a few people, but yeah, the meat section especially was getting lower, but I found what I needed, was able to get out, so it wasn't too bad.
I waited late, and it really wasn't a good idea because a lot of the stuff I needed was gone. They're sold out of a lot.
The National Weather Service says parts of the state could see blizzard conditions and power outages are to be expected. Shoppers say they've had enough of the cold and snow this season.
I like the snow right around Christmas time, when Santa Claus does all the delivering, After that, you can stay away.
Although several inches are expected to coat central Massachusetts, some say they're going to take advantage of Thursday's storm.
I'm supposed to go to work, but that's probably not going to happen. I live on a hill, so pretty much watch TV, get cozy, take the time to relax a little bit,
Don't ski, but yeah, it's all right. I've been here all my life. I'm used to it.
Now, the snow is expected to start early Thursday morning. Today, in a press conference, Governor Charlie Baker urged drivers to stay off the road at all costs. Brittany.
Well, I'm sure I'm not alone, and I'm not excited for that snow. Thank you, Cam. Worcester and several surrounding communities have already canceled school for tomorrow. Cities, towns, and residents across the region are preparing the best they can. Our Chandler Walsh has more on preparations for the heavy snow.
Northbridge crews are ready to tackle Thursday's storm. DPW's Jamie Lucchini says the recent cold snap isn't helping.
As you can see, our equipment's outside, so we've been dealing with diesel issues, getting the truck started, but we got our mechanics and the other guys have been working on the equipment all day, so we got it all up and running.
Lucchini says the problem with this storm will be the forecasted high winds. The National Weather Service says gusts could be more than 40 miles per hour in Worcester County.
The problem when the winds are strong like that is, you plow a road, you come back down that road, the wind comes off open fields and blows it right across, so it feels like you're never really gaining on it. And it's such a fine, when it's light snow like that, it's so fine it forms ice a lot more quickly.
At Koopman Lumber and Hardware, business is brisk. Many entered the store Wednesday for snow supplies.
If we had milk and bread, we'd be out of it, but we don't. But we've sold almost all of our generators. The ice melt's flying off the shelf. The shovels are flying out of the shelf.
In neighboring Uxbridge, people are also preparing for the storm.
Got to make sure that the snow stays out of the chicken coop, so we're just covering it with a sheet of plastic.
I had to put a new chain on my plow. I do a bunch of accounts.
The Northbridge DPW says crews will pre-treat roads at 3 a.m. or earlier. And Lucchini says they'll use around 300 tons of salt and sand for the storm.
The only good thing about this storm, it's actually a quick mover. It's supposed to be done tomorrow night, anywhere from 8 to 10 p.m., which is good. It gives us all night to clean up when the cars aren't on the road.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Many people at Worcester Regional Airport hoping to catch an early flight in order to miss Thursday's storm as airlines prepare. Both flights to Worcester from Florida were on schedule today, but JetBlue is waiving change and cancellation fees for people traveling in the Northeast between tomorrow and next Wednesday. If you want to adjust your flight before the storm hits, you can without extra fees. If your flight is canceled, you can get a refund. Power companies around Central Mass are ready to respond. They are expecting winds strong enough to knock out power for many. Michael Rosenfield has the story from Northbridge.
Grid crews tonight gearing up for what could be a difficult few days ahead. The utility most worried about the wind and heavy snow causing power outages for thousands of people. Transformers, wires, and cables already in the field, stationed in places like Lowell and Rockland. And from there, the gear will be hauled out to the neighborhoods, most likely along the coastline, where it may be needed once the storm passes.
We're expecting wet, heavy snow, and we're expecting hurricane force winds, so that is a recipe for outages.
Both National Grid and Eversource urging people to be prepared just in case the power goes out, because it could be 3 days before it's back, depending on how bad the storm turns out to be, and it could be treacherous for field crews to reach damaged locations and get to work.
These transformers are here to be used. We have transformers, probably about 2,000 sitting out in the field in New England, plus the 4,500 here. So it would have to be a catastrophe for us to run out of any transformers.
Michael Rosenfield, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester police and fire responding to a gas leak in the area of Franklin and Grafton Streets Wednesday evening. Worcester Fire says there was an underground natural gas leak in the area. Police closed down nearby streets and were redirecting traffic. Eversource crews were on scene for several hours. Representative Michael Durant says the crews were working to pinpoint an exact location of the leak, and once determined, then they will take the necessary actions. He says there is no danger to the public. A store at the Blackstone Shops in Millbury on lockdown Wednesday following an altercation. Millbury police say they received several calls just after 1 p.m. this afternoon. Shoppers and employees were locked inside the Marshalls and Home Goods department store after two men started fighting. One witness said they saw a gun. Officers searched the suspects and did not recover a weapon. They took 19-year-old Jeffrey Irving and 19-year-old Xavier Martinez of Worcester into custody. They will be arraigned on disorderly conduct charges on Thursday. A 25-year-old Auburn man is arrested by Leicester police Tuesday in connection to a string of car break-ins occurring over the past several days. Leicester police say Joseph Bostwick broke into more than 20 vehicles, stealing thousands of dollars worth of items. Chief Jim Hurley says a search warrant at the suspect's home led them to evidence connecting Bostwick to the crimes.
I'd like to commend the officers who worked on it. They did a great job collecting evidence. We had items that we were processing for DNA, fingerprints, shoe impressions. We had brought a canine to the scene.
Hurley says residents also played a crucial role solving the case by calling in the break-ins and sharing surveillance video. The four people accused of kidnapping and raping a teen girl in Auburn back in court today. Alicia Palumbo has the latest on the case from Worcester.
4 suspects in the alleged kidnapping, torture, and rape of a 16-year-old female in this Auburn home last week appeared in court Wednesday. A judge ruled Crystal Lugo will be held without bail for her alleged role in the crime. That judge will decide Friday whether her brother Christopher Lugo, her boyfriend Yariel Torres Abbey, and their friend Yuleni Ortiz will get bail. They're accused of holding the teen, who is a runaway from New Jersey, against her will after they believed she orchestrated a home invasion at the Lugo's 10 White Terrace home last Wednesday, an address well known to police.
The police have been called to her home over 144 times.
Auburn police officers testified in court that the group duct taped the teen to a chair in the basement, burned her with lit cigarettes, shaved her head, and threatened her with a machete.
I observed two chairs placed in close proximity to each other. There was a roll of yellow duct tape. I observed, I believe it was 2 cigarette butts, a pair of electric hair clippers.
It's not just concrete walls or dirt walls, correct?
Except for the torture chamber that looks like an interrogation room.
Prosecutors also allege on Christmas Day the victim was given several Xanax pills and raped.
The victim was then told by Christopher Lugo that they ran train on her, and as the officer describes, that means they each took turns having sex with her.
Prosecutors said in court that the victim has been reunited with her parents. It's unclear how she knew the suspects. At Worcester District Court, Alicia Palumbo, Worcester News Tonight.